and the time is upon us. Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north, more specifically, Columbus, Ohio. But not for much longer, because I'm in my rental car. Still no news on my car damage yet. Not heard back from anyone, but I have my rental car, so I am permitted to leave Columbus. I now have the ability to leave Columbus and continue on with the Choose My Adventure road trip. The reason that we set out in the first place. I've been bummed that I've not been able to do the voting. So yesterday, once everything was in order, I didn't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but once everything was in order, I threw a poll up on my channel. Again, if you subscribe to me, the polls will pop up in your subscription tab. If not, you can go to my channel, click on my community tab, and the polls should be there. But I threw out a poll yesterday because I was ready to move on to the next destination. The choices were Lexington, Kentucky, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Charleston, West Virginia, and Indianapolis, Indiana. The winner, by far, with 39%, was Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's actually the third time Pittsburgh's been on the poll. So finally Pittsburgh's got a win. Second place, Lexington, Kentucky, with 25% of the vote. Charleston, West Virginia, with 19%, and Indianapolis, Indiana, with trails with 17% of the vote. So we are heading to Pittsburgh today. Follow me. So I was driving along, this unusual McDonald's caught my eye. This looks like maybe a retro, either a retro McDonald's or a retro style McDonald's. It looks like there's no inside dining room. It's actually like a walk-up stand right there. You see the big golden arch there. And then we have like the modern drive-through. Interesting. Wonder if this is an old McDonald's or just a retro version. And that's interesting, looking at the sign, it's called McDonald's Classic, and they only have one golden arch. You know, the classic golden arches from McDonald's, but this one just has golden arch. Did they originally only have one arch? When did they expand to having two golden arches? And also, you work today, get paid today, paid tomorrow. You know, usually when I was younger and had a paycheck, you had to work like a whole 2-3 weeks before you got your first paycheck. I'm glad they're getting people paid a little faster. But let's head through the drive-thru and get us a little something to eat. Since it was a retro McDonald's, decided to go retro and order a Happy Meal, because this is what I ordered back in the day, back in the 80s when I was a small child. Would order these boxes of joy. See the smile right there. And I don't know, this one's got little kids with stacks of books on it. I wonder what my toy is. Do I got a toy? Is there? Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is a Mario. I would have loved this back in the 80s. I was a huge NES fan. So loved Mario back in the 80s. I guess he just goes, pops out of his, oh, is there like a trick to this? Does he just go up and down? Oh, you push him down. He stayed there for a second. Okay. Now this does remind me, the Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios is opening up, and it looks incredible. I'm gonna try to get out there, hopefully soon. I wanted to do the pass holder preview. Long story. I'm unable to do that, but hopefully we can make it out to Universal Hollywood at some point in the near future and experience the brand new Super Nintendo world. But anyways, let's get into the food here. Got the cheeseburger. Oh, I asked for the apples, but they gave me extra fries instead. Now, when you get a Happy Meal, you're gonna get half the fries and apple slices as well. I told them to go with the apple slices, but they just gave me the double fries. Anyways, they didn't have apples when I was a kid. They just had fries. But got the kids' cheeseburger there. Where's the beef? We went to Wendy's the other day. Definitely more beefy than this. See the little meat disc there? But there's, you know, McDonald's cheeseburger though. It's got a distinct flavor. For better or for worse. You get that distinct McDonald's-y flavor. I'm gonna wash this down with some, even got the classic McDonald's beverage. The orange high C. They have Fanta now as well, but wanted to go old school with the high C. The Dolphin Lounge over here. Their mascot's a little dolphin drinking a martini and playing the electric guitar. Stopped off in Gahanna, Ohio, and look at this. This is an old car wash here, but it has been transformed into hashtag the Mural Gallery. You can see that inside these old car wash ports, they have created art installations. See here, this is kind of set up just like a little living area, little sitting room here, and you got some art on the walls, a big deer of some sort. Oh, I just noticed the deer is wearing a suit. That's pretty crazy. And then over here, some more art. See there, they have a heart made out of a bunch of old rusty cans. Little horse, little bouncy horse there. And then, oh no, not the bees. Not the bees. That's pretty cool. Big wooden sculpture of a bee coming out of the wall there. Then over here we have this mural here that actually wraps around and becomes, almost looks like a spiral staircase there. You can see the old instructions there for the car wash. All the different steps washing your car. Look at this little creature right here, a little guy. And this is the plant library in here. And my understanding is that it is to exchange plants. Yeah, it says take a plant, leave a plant, always open. So you can come here, pick up a plant, and leave a plant in its place. Although it is January, so there's no plants. There's no plants. Oh, there is some dirt there that you can use for planting plants. There's a rock station. It says take a rock for inspiration, give a rock for motivation, leave a rock to grow the station. There's the rocks there. Stopped off here at the Brown Pet Cemetery. Now, this cemetery dates back to the 1920s, and I don't know if you see that many in modern times, see that many dedicated pet cemeteries, but there was at least one point in time where they were more common. You see all these are different people's beloved pets. There's Sassy Drake, the pug, died 1968. This little dog's name is TV. And then this is our pet, Stretch Saunders. See, this one has the little picture, of the dog, Skippy Drought, says, "We will always love you." You can see these are actually large plots. All these animals have the same last name, Squire. There's Toby, Parsi, Pippa, Fricka. Over here is a little statue of a dog. Looks like that has been broken at some point. Some more modern graves over here. This one's from 2019. Have Mr. King. You can see the etching of the cat there sitting on a pair of shoes, and the inscription says, "Don't start your journey with Jesus without me. Wait by my shoes, son." We have Karina Shively. You can see it's actually a cat wearing some sort of hat there, and the epitaph says, "She was a sissy girl, our adored pet, our love for her, her devotion to us, we shall never forget." Now this is interesting here, at least to me. This is something I don't see too often, and that's, you see here we have the grave of the cat, Chessie Cretchy, and that's actually my last name. Very uncommon name, so always a little shocked to see that. You have Chessie Cretchy and Hootie Cretchy, who was a Scottie. Chummy the Pekingese there. A different style of marker here. So we see this Pete was MJ's dog. Have a dog sleeping on a suitcase there. And then over here on the other side have a angelic cat. Our little dog was buried with care, and if there's a dog heaven, Toodles is there. This section here reserved for the pets of Virginia Penfield. See Bugs and Bounce there. Look at little Jakey boy there. Over here we actually have a dog that served in the military. See Sergeant Fleabite Smith actually has a military ID number there on his grave. Guess it's his mascot. Served as an official mascot in the U.S. military. This place does kind of fill me with sadness, to be honest. I've lost pets, and it's rough. It is very rough losing a beloved pet. That's one of the things. That's one of the catch-22s about owning a pet. They give you so much happiness and so much fulfillment in your life, but dogs, cats, they don't live very long. They live usually less than 20 years, and then they're prone to accidents. You never know. It's sad, kind of trading in for that, that love, that fulfillment, and with the almost certainty that you're gonna have to go through the pain relatively quickly of having to lose them. And look what we have here, up on the hill alongside the highway, a pair of Coffin Daffer crosses. Now, I've pointed these out in my videos before, but these are the Coffin Daffer crosses. You'll find these dotting America's highways. There was a Reverend Bernard Coffin Daffer traveled around the country putting up these 3 crosses. You can tell the middle cross is gold, and then 2 blue crosses on the outside. And yeah, of course they've fallen down over the years, a lot of them, but a lot of them are still standing. So I always like to keep an eye out as I'm driving to see if I can locate some Coffin Daffer crosses along the way. Here in Zanesville, Ohio, we've stopped off at Mudgett's Monuments, where they create tombstones, cemetery markers to be used at graveyards for when people die. But actually not here to shop for a tombstone. This is actually the creators of the tombstones here at Mudgett's Monuments created a very special monument to the state of Ohio. Now, for the past week, Ohio has been my home away from home, so I wanted to pay homage to Ohio by visiting the Ohio Bicentennial Monument. Apparently Ohio turned 200 back in 2003. You can see the US presidents from Ohio. There are 8 US presidents that were born in Ohio. So we've had 46 presidents, 8 of them have been from Ohio. That seems like a pretty good amount. I don't know what the other spread is for presidents from other states. I do think Ohio does hold the record. I think 8 presidents. I think that is the record. I could be wrong. Of course, correct me in the comment section if I am. Oh, I didn't know that Ulysses S. Grant, I didn't know the S stood for Simpson. And who could forget William Henry Harrison? I died in 30 days. There is Orville and Wilbur Wright's bicycle shop. They're the gentleman that possibly invented the airplane. And then we have some astronauts. Ohio, yeah, known for presidents and astronauts. And what's this down here? So there's a Etch-a-Sketch. Was the Etch-a-Sketch invented in Ohio? And then on the back here we have a brief listing of people and events that changed Ohio, the nation, and often the world. There's a list of famous people there. John Chapman, that's actually Johnny Appleseed. He often traveled through Ohio. Some other important figures there: Harriet Beecher Stowe, Sojourner Truth, William Tecumseh Sherman, Thomas Edison, J.D. Rockefeller, the Battle of Fallen Timbers. It says the Cincinnati Red Stockings. So that's a baseball team. And a quote from none other than Abraham Lincoln. I assume A. Lincoln is Abraham Lincoln, not Arnold Lincoln or Albert Lincoln. But apparently Abraham Lincoln in 1863 said, "Ohio has saved the Union." Now, I don't remember him saying that, but you know what? I'll take their word for it. And back here behind the Ohio Bicentennial Monument, we have the grave of Squirt. It says the shop cat for 16 years. A little kitty lived in a tombstone shop for 16 years. You know, I think I've seen more pet graves today than I've ever seen in my life. Up here on the hill by the monument, the statue of Jesus. He's got his heart open as he touches his heart. And then next to Jesus, this bald eagle. Looks like it's got a delicious bass there in its claws. And over here, we have Rushing Wind Biker Church. Now, at first I thought, is this only for people that ride motorcycles? But it does say on the sign here, all are welcome. I think it's just a church with maybe a biker attitude. Oh, I do love the van seat benches out front. Used to have a van seat that we would play video games on. Oh, look, and the bikers even left out a little food for the local stray cats. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me, 'cause the bikers tell me so. Here's Earls Village Pizza carry out and videos. So I'm guessing this was a video store and pizza parlor at one point. I peeked inside. There are no more VHS tapes, but they do still serve pizza. So yeah, looks like it remained a pizza parlor, but stopped being a video store, sadly. And I do love that logo there. Very unique logo. Stopped off in Duncan Falls, Ohio, here at the Duncan Falls / Philo Library. And look who is sitting in front of the library reading a book. Of course, it is a library, so it is appropriate to be reading a book. It is our friend Johnny Appleseed. You can see him with his trademark pot on his head and a satchel full of apples. Let's see, what are you reading there, Johnny? It says, but thanks to my friends for their care in my breeding, who taught me betimes to love working and reading. It's Isaac Watts. I'm not sure what book that is. You can see Johnny there reading the book there to his little friend. We have a small child. Not sure who the child is. Don't believe he ever had any children of his own. Yeah, you can always tell Johnny Appleseed by the bare feet and the pan on the head. So we saw another Johnny Appleseed statue. That one was carved out of wood as we were coming into Columbus. I think that was in Sunbury, Ohio, where I got into the traffic accident. And we have this Johnny Appleseed statue in Duncan Falls, Ohio. There's also one in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Does anyone else know, are there any other Johnny Appleseed statues that I am forgetting? I know there's also a couple of the Johnny Appleseed fiberglass statues made by Mark Klein. But yeah, I'd like to see all the Johnny Appleseed statues. Let me know if I'm missing any in the comments section. Overlooking the freeway here, we can see a very sad-looking robot here for Mowleton Industrial Steel Supply. Just a robot. He looks down. He just doesn't look very cheerful. You can see a friendly Ohio cow right there. How are you doing there, buddy? We've traveled to downtown Cambridge, Ohio, right here in front of the Scottish Rite Auditorium. And look who we have here. A man that I have found is very, very popular here in the state of Ohio. We have, according to his name tag, Mr. Glenn, Mr. John Glenn. He was the first American to orbit the Earth, which occurred in the 1960s. And then once returning back to planet Earth, he actually ran for U.S. Senate and was elected by the good people of Ohio. And you can see him right here in his full astronaut regalia, and he points up to space and he says, that's where I was. I've been up there. Been up there quite a few times, he says. He says, I loved being in space, but not as much as I love being in Ohio. You can see his fancy space helmet there, and you know what? I got an idea for a photo op. Let's try this out. Okay, not even close. Can't get my head up in there. Maybe a small child could stick their head in here. Oh yeah, my big head's not going up. And we do have this giant, beautiful courthouse here in the center of Cambridge. And out front here, we have this is Robert Seacrest. Robert Seacrest, congressman and senator. Oh, he served as a congressman and a senator here in Ohio. Luckily, someone's come along and bundled them up for the cold season here. It's I've already noticed this on this trip that, you know, in the winter people do put scarves and hats on statues. Of course, I think that that it is accepted that if a needy person needs the hat or scarf, someone without a home needs the hat or scarf, they're welcome to take them off the statue and use them to keep warm. I just noticed though that Senator Seacrest, his hat has a button on it that says on or off, and oh, okay, you can see the Christmas tree twinkling there. It's a pretty cool hat there, Senator Congressman Seacrest. All hail King Carpet. And as we prepare to cross the Ohio River, we are officially leaving Ohio and entering wild and wonderful West Virginia. Have these old school parking meters there. It's 25 minutes for half an hour. All right, set the meter there for 30 minutes. It's kind of a, yeah, I've not seen any of these in a long time, an analog parking meter. So yes, after being in Ohio for almost a week, we have crossed the border into this top little sliver of West Virginia. And here in Wheeling, we have this sculpture of an elephant. The locals call this Bobo the elephant here, made out of pieces of metal. And the reason there is a statue of an elephant in Wheeling, West Virginia is because Wheeling was often the site of circus parades. So elephants have walked down these streets. It says because it's at the confluence of the Ohio River, B&O Railroad and National Road, that it was a popular place for circuses to stop. You can see the circus there going over the bridge and the elephants marching down the street. Now look at that. We have a phone booth. Let's see if this actually works. Oh, I'm guessing it doesn't because it's looks severely damaged. Let's see. It actually works. I don't know if you can make a phone call because the bottom part, the talking part, the part you talk into is dangling by wires, but you actually, I can hear a tone there. This big giant suspension bridge here looks like it's down for repairs. They've got it closed out, doing some construction on it. You can see that big bridge there extending across the river. It says Marsh Stogies. Looks like it's a old abandoned cigar factory here. It's the Welcome to Wheeling sign there. Love the old postcard style. Stages here. Seems like this might be a costume shop. That's what I'm gathering. See, they still have the Christmas costumes up. Some interesting posters here. This is the Ultimate Performance makeup. You can see a Dracula, a Wolfman. This little girl has been transformed into a dog. Oh yeah, interesting. These interesting old posters here. Oh, look at this one. This lady has a like an orange slice on her face. Let's just peek in there. Oh, Saw the little doll there. What an interesting shop. There's a skull there on the counter as well. Alright, heading into the tunnel here. This is the Wheeling Tunnel. We just crossed over into Pennsylvania. There was no welcome sign, unfortunately, but yeah, here we are, Pennsylvania. And we have arrived in the greater Pittsburgh area. And one recommendation I had from quite a few viewers as far as food in Pittsburgh was Primanti Brothers. Now, I have eaten here before, but it's been a little while. So let's go get us a big sandwich. You can see that giant sandwich there hovering over the door. So this here is what they are known for, is these giant sandwiches that have the French fries already on them. And my sandwich has arrived. I decided on getting the New Yorker, which is pastrami and corned beef. But see, this is an absolute giant sandwich here. They took a knife in the top. See the tomatoes, coleslaw. There's the French fries. The cheese right there. All right, let's give this a bite. I don't know if it's even possible to just pick this up. That is so big right there. Good. I think you're supposed to use the knife here to cut it into easier chunks. All right, there you go. You can see the corned beef and pastrami there. It's pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of the French fries on the sandwich. I don't think that adds a whole lot. I just don't think potatoes are very flavorful. But still a good sandwich. And with all that's happened, what's important is that I've still managed to maintain my membership in the Clean Plate Club. So I'm getting ready to get settled in for the night. Tomorrow I'll wake up and I will be enjoying the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, documenting my experiences for the channel. And right now you, yes you, can go and vote on the next city I will visit on the Choose My Adventure road trip. Your choices are Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, North Carolina, or Lexington, Kentucky. The poll should be ready now if you want to go over there and vote. And then after you vote, come back to this video and leave a comment letting me know what you would like me to check out in that location. And then I will go to sleep tomorrow night, wake up, and whatever city is winning in the poll, I will go and travel to that city. So again, if you to find the poll, you can, if you're subscribed to my channel, you can go to the subscription tab. If you are not subscribed to my channel, just click on my channel, go to the community tab, and it should be there. And I appreciate your vote. And again, thank you so much for the support, the outpouring of support I've gotten on this trip. It's been started off at a rocky start. Hopefully it'll be a little more smooth sailing moving forward, but you guys have been with me the whole time, and that means the world to me. So we are officially out of Ohio, although it still has its hooks in me. It still has my car, so I'm gonna have to go back and deal with my car at some point. The Geico said if I don't hear back by Monday to give them a call. The adjuster should check it out by then. Fingers crossed. We'll see if that goes. See how that goes. I'll let you guys know if I get any updates on my car. And again, if you If you want to support this channel, the best way to do it is just watch the videos. Just to point your eyeballs at the screen. Enjoy the videos. If you'd like to help in other ways, consider donating to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month from me to you. We are also still selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop, including the Carpetbagger Fiji Merman pin. It is very kawaii, I promise you that. But all that helps to pull this boat out from the depths of the sea to help get the train back on the tracks and to fill that dirigible full of helium to allow it to get back into the sky. Is that what they put in a dirigible, helium? I'm not even sure. Till tomorrow morning. This one's in the bag.